This one returnable, and it will be from 2 yards in. Stumbles and falls.
Number 20, Jamal Evans.
Sounded like a mamas and papas too.
Yeah, that
Trip,
could make
stumble,
it into
and fall. Yeah.
Tackled by number 15.
How about your keys for the game? What's Gary's guide this week?
You got it. I mean, for this game to work well for both teams, there's going to be a few pressure points. And number one is the quarterback. Can Taylor Bennett find some points? Now remember, the last 2 games against Georgia and Wake Forest, no points for Georgia Tech. West Virginia must be aware of number 21. If they can shut him down, where Georgia Tech get the points. And finally, where are the points going to come from? Because no matter how good you think you can play defense against West Virginia, you got to assume they're going to score 21, 28 points. And Georgia Tech has been scoring a lot less lately.
Yes, they have. Jay Henry made that last stop. It'll be 2nd down and 9. This Georgia Tech team really so close to an outstanding season. They stumbled at the end, of course, losing on the final play against their rival Georgia, and then losing to Wake Forest here 3 weeks ago in the ACC championship game. Here is Tashard Choice, and he's short of the first down. Tackle made by Antonio Lewis. And second series, we've not seen the ball get in the vicinity of Calvin Johnson.
No, they haven't even looked his way. We visited with Calvin, and I've seen him a long time. I was lucky enough to broadcast his game against Clemson when he broke out with those 3 catches that first year. You just got to find a way to throw the ball to him, whether he's covered or not. That's my opinion when you got a guy that open.
3rd and 3. Johnson is left side. Bennett got a man. James Johnson, number 89. The other wide receiver, and a huge play for Georgia Tech.
Well, if you look up and down this season for West Virginia, it has been teams hurting them in the passing game. That's where the yards have come from. Taylor Bennett has to come through. You're not going to beat this team without a quarterback. You can't play 10 on 11. And this is a huge sigh of relief. Good balance, threw the ball in between. Oh, nice slant right in between 2 guys. Bad coverage by West Virginia. They got out of sync, 2 guys in one spot, and a rip throw in there by Bennett.
Positive note for Georgia Tech. James Johnson has been dropping passes the last 2 games. Here's Bennett, play fake. Guess who's down there? Wide open. Touchdown, Georgia Tech, Calvin Johnson.
You got to find a way to throw the ball to him, whether he's covered or not. Throw the ball to him.
That was pretty quick.
That was just as quick. One team, new school, does it with this newfangled spread. Old school, drop back in the pocket and throw the ball.
Calvin Johnson with his 27th career touchdown at Georgia Tech. And the kick by Travis Bell. He's never missed one in his career. A 31-yard TD, the all-everything.
The all-everything, and he's so smooth. He doesn't look like he's running 4.35 40. Watch, just a little hesitation. That's all he knew. Oh, my goodness. When you slip and fall twice on a play, you have no chance. Just a little hesitation, lob it up there, and Taylor Bennett says, all right, I think I can do this.
Playoffs on CBS next weekend. The Jets at New England, Sunday, 1 o'clock Eastern time, 10 o'clock Pacific time. Jets in New England. It'll all begin with JB and the guys. The NFL today at noon Sunday on CBS. 7-7 midway through the first quarter. Calvin Johnson. First time they went to him. Touchdown catch.
Good ratio so far.
Right. And the kickoff now, taken by Lewis at the 27.
All right, the good news for Georgia Tech is they scored. The bad news is West Virginia gets the ball.
And let's take a look at the Georgia Tech defense. A little scrap going on in the field, but doesn't amount to much. Robertson, Richard, Anawai, and Oliver. Paul Wheeler and Gary Guyton, the listed linebackers. Roberson, Jamal Lewis, DJ Jones, and Jahi Ward Daniels in the secondary. And a first down and 10. Patrick White, 27-yard run on the opening TD drive of 80 yards. Handed off inside. Joe Anawai makes the tackle on Steve Slayton, his first carry. You've met Rich Rodriguez, just agreed to remain at West Virginia. Here's Chan Gailey in his 5th year at Georgia Tech. Much traveled as a coach. He got his first head coaching job at Troy State back then in '83. Spent half of his career in the National Football League. Of course, was one time the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys. Second down and 6. White near side, caught by Brandon Miles, number 7. And Gary, they started out, they had that opening game against Notre Dame and played very well in that one.
As you said, this team was pretty close. I mean, they gave Notre Dame, they were prepared hard for Notre Dame. You know, that Clemson game shocked them. Then they found their way again, and in the end, I mean, to play such good defense and not beat Georgia, not beat Wake Forest, I'm sure they're disappointed. They just have not got the ball into the end zone.
3rd and 2 from the 36. Come left, that's Patrick White, and a fine defensive effort. I see Chan Gailey down there cheering. How about that?
Yeah, I think they're short, don't you?
Yes.
I don't think they made it on this one now. Georgia Tech has already sent in their punt return team. I don't know if West Virginia's going to go for it or not. String it out, turn it back in, and look at the safeties come up and hit. It was Wheeler coming up and hit, and I think it was Avery Roberson coming up. A safety and a linebacker stuffing that play.
4th down. 4th and 1. And Andrew Smith, number 83, will be back to return the punt of Pat McAfee for the season. 44 yards with a long of 75. There's that little running punt. Line drives it, and it takes a divot and comes back. 31-yard punt, but no return. And so McAfee with that rugby punt going to his right. And Georgia Tech will get the ball for the second time. We are tied 7-7 at the Toyota Gator Bowl. Part of the week we always look forward to. It's the Home Depot Tools for Success. Dig into the...
You know one of my favorite tools at Home Depot, there's James Johnson. It's like that shop vac. You know, you turn it on, James Johnson, he picks up water, and Calvin Johnson, then you flick it the other way, and Calvin Johnson picks up everything else. It can pick up water and everything else. The guy who's running it can just flick it back both ways, but he knows that he's got Johnson, and watch him try his pro move right there. I ain't saying he's going to turn pro, but he knows how to drag both feet. The shop vac.
I like that. That was innovative.
Picks up water and everything else.
Yeah. Every week. Now we got to wait till next September.
I'm not working around the house, though.
You not working. You should see me not working. First down and 10. 7-7 game. Here's Bennett. Draw play. Tashard Choice got a big run. He's not fast.
No.
He's not fast at all, but steady.
Well, just to underline what Vern has been saying right here, this is the power. You know, they're going to run the ball, watch the offensive lineman will pull, kick out, pull, kick out. Nice kick out right there. Get into the secondary. Choice's long run of the year. As we take a look at the downfield blocking, boy, that's not a prima donna there, is he? Not taking any plays off for number 21. Choice doesn't get a lot of game breakers, but we'll look at it all game. He gets a lot of those 8-10-yard runs.
How about that? Georgia Tech with the equal average. Not on this down, however. Tackles made by Keelan Dykes, number 96.
Just to follow up on Choice, his long carry of the year is 46 yards. Slayton alone has 10 runs longer himself all year on the team. That's one guy, but he has led the ACC in rushing. By the way, finished second team All-ACC as he led the conference in rushing.
Choice played his first season at the University of Oklahoma, and his mother fell ill, couldn't make the game, so he received a waiver from the NCAA to transfer back to Georgia Tech and did not have to sit out the year. Here's Choice. played behind Adrian Peterson in his first year there.
No shame there, is it?
Not at all.
Lining up behind Adrian Peterson.
Tashard Choice, he is, to use a choice word, loquacious.
Yeah, he was. He was fun to meet, wasn't he?
He will converse.
He's a little bit of the ultra ego of this team. You know, you got Kelvin Johnson, the star player, doesn't say much. So you got a running back who does all the talking. It works.
4:20 to go, opening quarter in the Gator Bowl in Jacksonville.
This is where he's been Kelvin Johnson's been lining up most of the game.
Well, they flip it out in the flat, and it's caught by Rashawn Grant, number 3. And let's have some more on Tashard Choice. Here's Tracy.
That's right, guys. Before the season, Choice sat down with his positions coach and named the running backs he considered the best in college football. He mentioned Marshawn Lynch, his old teammate Adrian Peterson, and West Virginia's Steve Slayton. Then running backs coach Curtis Mockins pointed one name out that was missing, and that was his. He said it was a way for him to tell Choice that he thinks he's one of those guys. He says it's important for him to see something like that, and it gives him something to work on. Guys, this is a chance for him to show he deserves to be on that list.
And Georgia Tech will go for it, Tracy, on 4th and inches in a tie game in the first quarter. It's Choice, and he's got the first down plus. Tackle made by Boo McClee, number 43 for West Virginia.
So many, it's vogue to talk about this zone blocking schemes that everybody's using. But you know what? Georgia Tech, old school, they're man blocking. Down, down, kick out, follow behind your big offensive guard, Nate McManus, and that's the way to just kind of slam them down. It's an all-man blocking scheme, old school Georgia Tech.
And a first down. This is the 14th play. You see they've thrown it 3 times. First down and 10 at the 38. Play fake. Bennett, a lot of time. Calvin Johnson has to wait on it. But to him who waits come good things. He was open for the touchdown, and the ball hung.
He's just making defensive backs fall down all over the place. Great patience. Goes out, just takes his time, bends back. Defender falls down. We're not sure who it is, but here it is. Watch him. He comes out, then the little wrinkle, and then across. Just a little wrinkle, and watch the defensive back fall down. Right here, watch. Comes out, fall down. There he goes, falling down, wide open. That's a safe throw when you got a guy that wide open. Don't overthrow him. It was a little behind, but you'll take it as a quarterback.
Taylor Bennett, a perfect 4 of 4. They'll give him a choice. Right tackle, touchdown. Georgia Tech has taken the lead.
What did we say? You have to establish Kelvin Johnson, and you old school better find a way to run it. And that's exactly what Georgia Tech is doing.
And Choice going after his 7th consecutive 100-yard game. Already has 65.
That's been impressive. Right now, Georgia Tech is wishing those grades would have come out a little earlier. Hate to say it, Reg.
Yes. Reggie Ball, one of 3 players suspended by Georgia Tech. Kenny Scott, their outstanding cover corner, and Xavier McGuire, the other. Tashard Choice.
I've been there, you know.
I just love the reaction.
When you got a weapon, you have to be patient, but use it. You don't have to use it every play. And then if you are a weapon, be patient how you run your routes. And that was a great route. 6'6", 4.5 40, and you're patient running your routes. And then you come back, man block them, take them out of there. West Virginia says, what do we do, coach? They got a guy we can't cover, and they're blocking us up front. Doesn't look good. We better score a lot of points.
Well, Georgia Tech has scored 14 in this ball game, and they lead it 14-7 to Tashard Choice. Well, Taylor Bennett, perfect 4 for 4. Reggie Ball suspended for this game. Tough decision made, and his coach and some of his players reacted to the suspension of Reggie Ball for the Gator Bowl.
I was disappointed for him. He's put in a lot of time and effort, and I hated for it to end like that for him.